On today's wrestling news, Ronda Rousey's getting cooked after an insane burial of Alexa Bliss, of all people.
John Cena, SmackDown, Allstate, Chicago. What's it all mean?
Just when you thought SmackDown couldn't get any bigger, a huge name could well be backstage.
And speaking of which, we've got loads more on the AJ Lee WWE return.
I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Michael Hamflett.
This is the After News, and where to start with this? What a news day this is. So, Ronda Rousey, remember her?
Yeah.
She used to be in UFC, she came to WWE, had, to be honest, one of the best rookie years ever.
Yeah.
Won world titles, had that incredible match tagging with Kurt Angle, was it? At WrestleMania against Triple H and Steph, of course. Eventually left, dropping the title to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 35 that we were lucky enough to be in attendance for. Then she came back for a, let's be honest, less celebrated second run within the company. And then she, well, actually throughout the entire time, she's had not very nice things to say about wrestling. And that has continued.
Aye.
Back in 2018, you may remember that Ronda Rousey feuded with Alexa Bliss over the Raw Women's Championship with matches at SummerSlam and Hell in a Cell. Rousey, of course, won both. But despite that, Ronda, not happy about doing this whatsoever. She was on the Lapsed Fan podcast, one of the best podcasts out there, you know, that's not ours, WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from. Rousey called it effing ridiculous that WWE had her, I can't even have to do this, fighting against Alexa Bliss. Saying, you want to know why they had me against Alexa Bliss? Because she had the most merch sales at the time. Like, what the F? That's your decision-making process? Yes, of course. Also, I cannot remember a single fan at that time going, Rousey shouldn't be working Bliss. No. It was the perfect feud.
Yeah.
Because it was like Nia and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then like, was it, yeah. I'm right in thinking that Ronda was fighting Nia for the title and then Alexa cashed in, smashing her in the arm, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I remember.
And then ran scared for the entire duration
Exactly.
of the program. Yeah, got him ass kicked on the foot.
Because Ronda Rousey's a shoot MMA fighter.
There were levels.
But yeah, where do you fight with the most popular person who's not called Ronda Rousey? So, yeah, understandably, everyone went, yeah, Ronda, that's completely correct. I know there was some awful decision-making going on back in that time, but this was one of the few things they absolutely got spot on.
Yeah, it's a work.
So yeah, everyone cooked her online basically, including, oh yeah, my best friend, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who responded to Ronda Rousey's quote writing, It's a good tweet this, always is from Max. It's almost like pro wrestling, much like any professional sport, functions as a business. Effing crazy. Head exploding emoji. Alexa Bliss, a nicer person, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Simply took to social media to write, I love our business. Right? Because she's a good person. She's better than all of us, basically.
A pro's pro.
I mean, Ronda said some dumb things in history, hasn't she? This must be right up there, though.
Yeah.
For a different reason, I should say.
Yeah.
A very, very different reason.
Contextually. What's she thinking? I mean, she's thinking whatever she wants, ultimately. Lots of people read wrestling, read their careers differently to others.
I still think she doesn't understand pro wrestling.
Was she that good at it because half the time she was just shooting, or she was just like...
Yeah.
Like, you're right to raise a rookie here. We couldn't have praised it more at the time. And if anything, the comeback was sad because you were like,
Not your Ryan Satin. He was loving it.
Well, we've done that on the internet.
Yeah.
With a second and third person at least. Yeah, I just find this strange. I get if you're Ronda Rousey or anybody for that matter, a praise away. It's your time, it's your career, it's your legacy, it's your body of work and whatnot. But coupling this with the other line I saw that was aggregated, I feel like she said something along these lines before, so maybe it was just aggregated at a different time and it's doing the rounds again because people are going under for this one. That idea that she couldn't tap out to Becky Lynch because, like, what her mom saying, it was like, well, how could you tap out to her? Because they told me to, because it's fiction, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, and that would probably be the end of that.
It would have been the perfect ending.
Yeah. And they never had the singles match, and that may be one of the reasons why. And it did feel like
you could have had when if she never came back. She was leaving after 35. That was generally accepted, right?
Yep.
If she ever comes back, you go, thanks. What an amazing rookie year you had. Mm-hmm. If she does come back, she comes back and goes, well done, Becky. You never pinned me.
Yeah. There was so much more to do. And it's a bit of a shame. I think this is like one of them. It's what this is, other than because everybody's already had their fun going in or online and the pylons that you would expect in a social media situation. I find this sort of stuff sad. I think if you can't look back and celebrate something that obviously loads of people had loads of fun with, and you yourself appeared to enjoy at the time, more's the pity, because I think that run's got so many like matches and moments and singular little events to be incredibly proud of. Transferring can be no easy feat, not least of all when party job in MMA and her real fighting background is to hit it as hard as you possibly can, and then you move into something where you got to pull it to be as good as she was. And a start and a crossover start, and you have to credit so much of evolution happening to Ronda Rousey. Main event that against Nikki Bella. Some real highs from Ronda Rousey, and I kind of wish that she would be able to find it in herself to look upon that as like nothing but a great experience. But you've got to walk in somebody's shoes, I guess, and she has her own takes from it, and she's entitled to them. I think a lot of the grief that she's been receiving is people just not agreeing with her and be like, no, that was good actually.
Yeah.
Stop. Like,
it's weird.
Stop talking my memory.
It's a weird way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like normally people are like, wrestlers certainly are like, actually this was the best and you just didn't realise that it was. And people are like, I don't think it was, I watched it. This is such a weird flip reverse of everything. But anyway.
I don't know. But switching gears back to somebody who now at least will hopefully reflect on their year in WWE with better thoughts than maybe where they were about 2 months ago. And we're like, what the hell's going on? John Cena. Babyface, everything's fixed. We all agreed.
Best wrestler of the year, probably?
No, we all just agreed to look at the Men in Black red light and forget about the first 6 months. I love John Cena's comeback at the start of SummerSlam. Definitely at SummerSlam. John
Cena in the Royal Rumble. John Cena at the Elimination Chamber. John Cena's turn. Scene missing. And then he faced CM.
Go home promo to SmackDown.
No, the CM Punk match was good. Everyone's wrong about that. And the pipe bomb. Yeah, everyone's wrong about that. That was good.
Hideous.
I'll die on that hill. I really liked it.
I'm going to leave you for 10 minutes. Yeah. But you know what won't be dead tonight? The crowd in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh my God, we're going.
We're going. Get on the plane, straight out of the All-State Arena, Russian Doll, all night long. Chicago is going to go nuts for John Cena. There was, as of WrestleTix last night, 15 tickets remaining.
What was that they're doing, like a 5,000-seat arena or something?
No, it's going to be about 16,000 people sold out. It's John Cena's potential.
I thought WWE was in a lull, people were saying.
Right, WrestleVotes have said, here, everybody, calm down, yeah? WrestleVotes have said that they are, many within WWE, expecting this to be his final SmackDown. According to a source, with only the 7 dates remaining and 2 yet to be announced, it's unlikely there will be another SmackDown event, meaning Cena will have debuted and ended his run on SmackDown, and cutely in the very same building. Yeah, the Kurt Angle ruthless aggression promo was in
and he
Chicago.
never looked back following that. He definitely wasn't about to be fired.
Well, he kicked off an era that we all definitely called that for several years.
Yeah. WWE sucked, then it didn't suck no more.
Yeah. Lots of people expect him to interact tonight with Brock Lesnar following their to-do. More on that in a second. However...
That's the Netflix noise, isn't it?
I do wonder... The bird. I do wonder if they'll play up to that and we might get a cameo from Kurt Angle tonight as well.
Don't say things
Should we go longer on this on the SmackDown preview today? If we're
already going bloody long on that SmackDown preview. I've got an incredible game to play with.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
Not related to wrestling, but it's a good game.
If you're going, A, I'm jealous, but B, now apparently we'll see you there.
Yeah.
And have a great night, because this could be yet more history, I suppose, in this final run of John Cena's.
This SmackDown is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Not only because we've got speculation about someone possibly showing up on this show who's married to CM Punk.
Could it be his wife? AJL, too obvious.
Call me Mrs. Lee. No, there's that.
That's right, it's me, Keith Lee's wife.
There's that. There is, of course, John Cena's final SmackDown, and I suppose related to that, there is now the report.
The Wyatt Six. No.
There's now the report coming out from Fightful that a huge name is in town, possibly for SmackDown, could well be backstage, could well make an appearance, considering we are 2 weeks away from WrestlePalooza, is it?
Yeah.
Big weekend, that. WrestlePalooza. Big show. But...
Remember, the 20th of September.
Fightful Select has learned that Brock Lesnar has been scheduled to travel to Chicago this week. Obviously, SmackDown coming from Chicago. He's been discussed as a possibility for the show. his name has been mentioned, of course. It was mentioned on the Go Home? No. The Go Home to the Go Home.
It was mentioned twice because they taped that shot where Logan Paul and John Cena and both. So, SmackDown GM cannot remember his name, but at least Brock Lesnar remembers his number because he messaged him to say, I've just heard from Brock Lesnar, but then Logan Paul sparked out John Cena before we found out why.
So, everyone anticipates that it's going to be Cena versus Lesnar at WrestlePalooza, obviously. Yeah. They're loading up that card. I can't think why.
First one ESPN, silly.
Of course, that's the reason why.
That's definitely a single reason.
It would make all the sense in the world in potentially, as Hamlet mentioned, his last SmackDown appearance for him to, let's just say, interact with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I don't love it. I got no joy out of the SummerSlam thing, but plenty of people did. To your point, WrestlePalooza, it's the start of the ESPN deal. I think AEW run the show, so they'll be conscious of that. It's just loading it up once again for WWE doing first. They always go hard on these firsts. You look at the Netflix debut this year alone. The first 2 nights SummerSlam was, I guess, for them, catalyst for bringing Brock Lesnar back. Everybody knows it, but let's say it anyway. Named in the sex trafficking lawsuit that is still ongoing against Vince McMahon, and you have to always remember WWE. So remember who's on whose side when it comes down to this, and that might dictate your feelings. It kind of dictates mine. I've got no interest in this. However,
it's a huge match.
John Cena, Brock Lesnar is one of those ones that I think even Cena, he's always kind of just been not outspoken, but he's made no secret of the fact, I got my complex thoughts on Vince McMahon, whatever. I don't think this is one of them moral hills he'd particularly die on. No. But also he's kind of referenced before what a big match and a big opponent he was. And WWE have they've tried to find the compromise between what can we get out of Cena that feels fresh, what can we give people that they remember that they won one last time. So you look at Punk and you look at Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar is kind of one of those, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's one last version of the thing you remember. Let's have a look at it before we never can again. This is one of those.
Yeah. That card looks insane, by the way. Io and Stephanie obviously been put on there as well.
Stephanie Cody's probably back to defend the title against Drew McIntyre. CM Punk in action.
Yeah, he's had a whole week as a dad now. Back to work, pal.
Come on, Cody. Where's your guile? Right?
I get that. It's a Street Fighter reference. I understood that. Yeah.
Sonic Boom. There's that. Brock Lesnar. I'm more excited about this potential development on SmackDown. I would put this on first, last, and in the middle if it was up to me. Because, yes, we've been talking about it all week because it's probably the hottest story in wrestling at present. AJ Lee. It goes beyond being rumoured to make her return. WWE kind of invited you to speculate on it being her. Yes. CM Punk was also having a chat with Rhea Ripley. What the hell would that look like if it's
that's pretty cool.
She's here! This is my brutality! What? Where's Light It Up? Anyway.
Rhea Ripley starts skipping down to the ring.
I can imagine Defra. Light It Up. It's CM Punk's wife, AJ Lee.
I was always too scared, by the way, on Sweet Chin Disco Tour. We did 9 nights. And every single night I was like, do I do the This Is My Brutality stomp? Can't time it right. Not doing it. I'm scared.
It's you kind of get why. Yeah, that she would think, well, no, I know it's a running, but I'm doing it. How much I practice this. AJ Lee, WrestleVotes talking about that. Everybody's talking about that. There is potential that she could appear on SmackDown tonight, or at the very least have her name dropped ahead of what most people are assuming will be a WrestlePalooza mixed tag between Punk and her versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Never thought I'd live a time where I'd be like, I say what we need to see again. That's Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins back together on screen.
Yeah, but 6 years later, and it's the chemistry that kind of really made you hate them in 2019. Now you can use that. It's going to get Seth over as a heel. The incroyable, that's French, promo segment between Becky Lynch and CM Punk on Monday's Raw to lead to this when Punk met up with Adam Pearce backstage and he was like, where's SmackDown? And I think Pearce, it's in Chicago. Why? Punk's like, oh my God. WrestleVotes reckon that this is kind of the long-standing payoff to something WWE have been trying for a while.
We've certainly been putting its thumbnails for the past few years.
For a while. The pair of them two. The Punk Lee household has put my kids to college. WrestleVotes Radio noted that this isn't the first time WWE have tried to bring her in since Punk returned in 2023. It's the first time WWE pushed for it in, quote, such a big way because they think her return will create major buzz for the ESPN debut at WrestlePalooza. And so far, so right, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone wants to see it.
The talk of the week.
Surprised no one's come to me about this.
Well, I was sort of nervous about that because I know what you like. I know you want to simultaneously protect your reputation as the OTJ, but also protect all of me and the audience's enjoyment of the product without having all the surprises.
I don't want to spoil everything, but I will put my reputation on the line. I'm going to say, from what I've heard from my sources, AJ Lee is going to return to WWE.
See, he puts his head above the parapet because everybody else is saying that she won.
Yeah,
so you're like, how are you?
That would make me 2 for 2.
You know, when like Miller does why, here's why. My only why is why, like, would you dare be so brave?
You know, don't call me a hero, guys, okay? A lot of different heroes.
We get enough of that in the comments. Call them something else.
Yeah.
My friends, for my 40th, screenshotted a series of the worst abuse ever levelled at me in the comment section and made a photo book out of it. Get Wilbon's on the go. It's got a couple of years. There's still time. I feel like David Brent with the Og Monster. Oh, you bloody ginger hair and his glasses. Oh, all right, well. I'm a goggle-eyed freak.
Stigmatism. But yes, AJ Lee, you heard it here first from the OTJ. AJ Lee will be returning.
What's your real name, OTJ? It's Adam. It's a good name. It's a good name.
Anyway, let's say thoughts on everything we discussed and check out this morning's news video. We had a load of fun with that one as well.
Yeah.
Can we link it here? I don't know, maybe.
Probably
Give
there,
it a
isn't
click, see if it works.
What's the internet doing these days? If you left click the button, does it go somewhere else?
See what happens.
Find out.
Take an adventure.